The soft glow of the restaurant's lights bathed our table in a warm, deceptive intimacy. Mark's laughter, usually a melody that filled me with joy, tonight felt like a dissonant note in a symphony gone awry. As he excused himself to take a call, his eyes darted around, not quite meeting mine, leaving me with a sinking feeling in my stomach. The evening, meant to be a celebration of our love, now teetered on the edge of something darker, something I couldn't quite grasp. And as I sat there, alone with my thoughts, a chilling question echoed in my mind. What if the man I married isn't the man I thought he was? My name is Emma. At 27, I've crafted a life that, to the casual observer, might seem like the epitome of suburban perfection. I'm married to Mark, a man whose charm is as unpredictable as the weather, always ready to whisk us away on some whimsical adventure. Tonight, we've chosen to indulge in a rare luxury, a dinner at the Silver Spoon, a place renowned for its seafood, where the ambiance whispers promises of an unforgettable evening. Mark, with his characteristic zeal, orders an array of dishes that could feed a small army. Fried fish, shrimp, and more, each plate a testament to culinary artistry. The restaurant's dim lighting casts a soft glow over our table, the clinking of glasses and the murmur of other diners creating a symphony of contentment. For a moment, everything feels right in our world. But as the evening unfolds, a subtle shift occurs. Mark's laughter, usually infectious, now carries an edge, a hint of something unspoken. His eyes, which usually sparkle with mischief, now dart around, as if searching for something or someone. The food, though divine, begins to lose its appeal as I notice Mark's attention drifting. He's not here with me, not entirely. A shadow falls over our perfect night, and I can't help but wonder, what could possibly go wrong in such a serene setting? His phone buzzes, and he excuses himself with a smile that doesn't quite reach his eyes. I watch him walk away, his figure blending into the crowd, and a cold realization creeps in. This isn't just about a spontaneous adventure. There's something else. Something he's not telling me. The evening, once filled with the promise of an intimate escape, now hung by a thread, as fragile as the delicate wine glasses on our table. Now hung by a thread, as fragile as the delicate wine glasses on our table. As the plates were cleared and the last of the wine was poured, the waiter brought over the bill. Mark, with a confident smile, reached for his wallet, but his face fell as he checked his account on his phone. Emma, I think there's been a mistake. My account is empty, and I've got no cash. His voice was a mix of confusion and embarrassment. The manager, a man named Mr. Thompson, approached our table, his expression stern. "Is there a problem here?" he inquired, his tone suggesting he was used to handling such situations. Mark explained our predicament, his cheeks flushing with embarrassment. Mr. Thompson's response was immediate and firm. "I'm afraid I'll have to call the police if you can't settle the bill." The atmosphere shifted from cozy to tense in a heartbeat. My mind raced, searching for a solution to salvage the evening. I knew we couldn't let this night end in disgrace, not when there was so much at stake, not when the unspoken tension between Mark and me needed addressing. I took a deep breath, my heart pounding in my chest. "Mr. Thompson, please give us a moment," I said, my voice steady despite the turmoil inside. I turned to Mark, his eyes wide with panic. "Mark, Let's check your wallet again. Maybe there's something we missed. But as he rummaged through his wallet, it was clear there was nothing. Desperate, I remembered my own purse, tucked away under the table. I reached for it. Hoping against hope, I stood up, my heart racing, and approached Mr. Thompson. "Is there another way we could settle this?" I asked quietly, my voice barely above a whisper. His eyes scanned me, a slow smile spreading across his face. "There might be," he said, his voice dropping to a conspiratorial whisper. He led us to the coat room, a secluded part of the restaurant where the sounds of the dining area faded into a distant murmur. Once inside, Mr. Thompson took my hand, kissed it gently, and murmured, "I like you, Emma." Before I could react, his lips found my neck, and to my surprise, I didn't pull away. The waiter, a young man named Alex, joined us, his eyes wide with curiosity and something else, anticipation. Mark, who had followed us, sat down on a bench, his face a mask of shock and confusion. As I stood there, the situation unfolded in a way I never anticipated. Alex, with a nod from Mr. Thompson, began to record the scene with his phone. Mark's eyes met mine, a storm of emotions swirling within them. He stood up, his movements slow, deliberate. "Emma, what are you doing?" His voice was a mix of hurt and disbelief. I could see the conflict in his eyes, the battle between his love for me and the betrayal he felt. I stepped back from Mr. Thompson, my mind racing for an explanation, for a way out of this mess. "Mark, I was just trying to find a way to pay the bill," I stammered, my words sounding hollow even to my own ears. Mr. Thompson chuckled, a sound that sent chills down my spine. "Oh, come now, Mark. Your wife was just being accommodating. We could still work something out if you're interested." Mark's jaw clenched, his hands balled into fists. He looked from me to Mr. Thompson, then to Alex, who was still filming. "Turn that off," he commanded, his voice low but firm. Alex hesitated, then complied, lowering the phone. The air was thick with tension, the kind that could suffocate you if you let it. I felt caught in a whirlwind of emotions, guilt, excitement, and a strange sense of liberation. Mark's eyes were fixed on me, a mix of betrayal and fascination in his gaze. Mr. Thompson's hands were gentle yet firm, guiding me through an experience I had never imagined. Alex, still recording, seemed to be capturing not just the physical act, but the raw, unfiltered emotions playing across our faces. As the encounter reached its peak, Mark's expression shifted. He wasn't just watching, he was part of this now, his initial shock giving way to a dark, voyeuristic curiosity. His eyes, once filled with hurt, now gleamed with a strange intensity, as if he was seeing me for the first time, or perhaps seeing himself in a new light. The room was silent, except for the soft, almost inaudible sounds of our breathing, each breath heavy with the weight of what was unfolding. Mr. Thompson's voice was a low, soothing murmur, coaxing me into a world where the boundaries of our reality blurred. His touch was both a promise and a threat. A dance on the edge of something forbidden. Alex's camera captured every moment, the lens a silent witness to our unraveling. I could see the conflict in Mark's eyes, the battle between his love for me and the betrayal he felt. But there was something else there too, a dark fascination, an allure to the forbidden. As Mr. Thompson's hands explored further, I felt a rush of adrenaline. my heart pounding not just from fear, but from an unexpected thrill. The air was thick with tension, and I knew that whatever happened next would change everything. Mark's voice broke through the silence, his tone a mix of command and curiosity. "Emma, what are you doing?" His words echoed in the small space, a question that seemed to hang in the air, demanding an answer I wasn't sure I could give. I stepped back, my mind racing for an explanation, for a way out of this mess. "Mark, I was just trying to find a way to pay the bill," I stammered, my words sounding hollow even to my own ears. The recording ended, and silence enveloped the coat room. Mr. Thompson straightened his tie, a satisfied smirk on his face, while Alex pocketed his phone. Mark stood up, his face unreadable. "Let's go home," he said, his voice calm, but with an edge of something new. Something changed. Once we were back at our house, the reality of what had happened began to sink in. Mark plugged his phone into the TV and we watched the video. The screen showed me, caught in a moment of infidelity. Yet there was an undeniable allure to the scene, a forbidden excitement that neither of us could deny. We watched it again, and then once more, each viewing peeling back layers of our relationship, revealing desires and boundaries we had never explored. The silence between us was palpable, filled with the echoes of our heavy breathing from the video. Mark's eyes were glued to the screen, his expression a mix of fascination and confusion. I could see the wheels turning in his mind, processing the implications of what we had just witnessed. "This changes everything, doesn't it?" Mark finally spoke, his voice low, almost a whisper. I nodded, feeling the weight of his words. "It does," I replied, my voice barely above a whisper. "But how?" He turned to look at me, his gaze intense. "I thought I knew you, Emma, but tonight I saw a side of you I never imagined." There was no anger in his voice, only a raw curiosity. "Did you enjoy it?" he asked, the question hanging between us like a challenge. I hesitated, the truth swirling in my mind. It was confusing, Mark. There was fear, yes, but also something else. An excitement I didn't expect. Mark's eyes searched mine, looking for sincerity. "And now?" he pressed, his voice steady but with an underlying tremor. "Now, I feel like we're standing on the edge of something new," I admitted, the honesty in my words surprising even myself. "Like we've opened a door we can't close." He nodded slowly, his gaze drifting back to the paused video. I felt it too, watching. The next morning, the sun rose on a new chapter for us. Mark and I sat at our kitchen table, the video now a silent witness to our unspoken agreement. We had ventured into uncharted territory, and while part of me felt the sting of guilt, another part felt oddly liberated. We discussed what had happened, not with regret, but with a newfound understanding of each other's desires. The video became a catalyst for conversations we had never dared to have, opening doors to parts of our psyche we had kept locked away. It's like we've been living in black and white, and now, suddenly there's color. Mark said, his voice thoughtful, his eyes searching mine for understanding. I nodded, feeling the truth of his words. We've always been good at keeping things under wraps, haven't we? But last night, it was like we both let go of something we didn't even know we were holding on to. The video, paused on the screen, showed me in a moment of vulnerability, yet there was an undeniable allure to the scene, a forbidden excitement that neither of us could deny. We watched it again, and then once more, each viewing peeling back layers of our relationship, revealing desires and boundaries we had never explored. It's not just about what happened, Mark continued, his tone reflective. It's about what it means for us, what we're willing to explore together. Our marriage, once a predictable path, now held the promise of exploration and mutual discovery. We decided to keep the video, not as a reminder of a mistake, but as a symbol of our willingness to embrace the unexpected, to redefine what love and fidelity meant to us. I never thought I'd say this, but I'm glad it happened, I admitted, the honesty in my voice surprising even myself. It's like we've been given a second chance to really know each other. Mark reached across the table, his hand finding mine, his touch both familiar and new. We've always been adventurers, Emma. Maybe this is just another adventure, one that's more about us than any place we could travel to. The future, once a predictable line stretching out before us, now held endless possibilities, a canvas for the new adventures we would embark upon together. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment if you enjoyed this story. This will help us create more engaging stories for you.